All right, today is National Gun Violence Prevention Day. Advocates around our state pushing to improve gun control. Governor Ned Lamont and Senator Richard Blumenthal are taking part in a roundtable discussion about those efforts to reduce gun violence. In Hartford, St. Francis Hospital will honor victims of gun violence and highlight the importance of safe storage. CDC data shows firearms are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the U.S.
Also today, Governor Ned Lamont expected to sign a bill banning the sale of certain Glock-style pistols here in Connecticut. Those weapons can easily be converted into fully automatic guns. Supporters of this measure say it will save lives and help law enforcement hold criminals accountable. Opponents say it puts unnecessary restrictions on lawful gun owners.